5 exercises, your entire upper body, I can already feel a pump just doing one circuit, all right? Hi guys, I'm Mark McKilley with Live Anabolic, and today I put together a really fun, very short, to the point, 20-minute workout. And this workout is going to focus just on our upper body, but there's a lot of muscles in our upper body, and that means there's a lot of different exercises we're going to have to do to hit all those different groups. So how are we going to do a really quick 20-minute workout if there's so many muscle groups and so many different exercises? Circuit. We're going to do this in a circuit fashion. That means we're going to keep the volume pretty low. We're not going to do a lot of sets, all right? Because when you start doing lots of sets, you got a lot of rest time just sitting around. Well, when you do it in a circuit fashion like today, we're going to go from one muscle group to another, so you don't need a lot of rest in between those sets. Because you might hit your chest and then immediately go to doing biceps or something, right? Well, while you're doing biceps, your chest is getting a rest, right? Those muscles are getting blood flow to them, your chest is, while you're doing your biceps, and then you might do another muscle group, and then, eventually you come back to doing the chest when you do the next circuit. So that's how you get in a lot of exercises in a short amount of time. And the benefit of today's workout is you're gonna love the pump. Your whole body is just gonna be full of blood, all the muscles. You're gonna feel like a total badass. All right, so I'm gonna step you through the 5 exercises, and if you keep your rest between each exercise to less than 1 minute, that means each circuit, which is 5 exercises, should only take about 6.5 minutes, okay? So that way, when we do 3 circuits, we're up to 20 minutes. And really, you should be resting 30 to 45 seconds between exercises. You don't really need a full minute. What'll take most of the time is just changing the weight of the dumbbells, because different exercises require different amount of weights. All right, so the first exercise in our circuit, we're gonna hit our chest. This is gonna be dumbbell incline presses, and every exercise today we're gonna do for 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so next exercise, guys, is gonna be curls. And of course, you can't use nearly as much weight when you're doing curls. So I'm gonna change the weight here. And by the way, this is considered our rest when we're transitioning from one exercise to the next. So my chest is getting a little breather here, all right? And then we're gonna do curls, and then we're gonna go straight to the third exercise. I'll show you in just a sec. All right, here we go. 10 reps of curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, baby. All right, once again, this is my rest that I'm getting in during my transition from one exercise to the next. And the third exercise is gonna focus on our back, and we're gonna do bent over rows, all right? So I can do more weight in that exercise than I can with curls, so I gotta up the ante here with my dumbbells. Okay. You can rest a little longer if you need to, but keep it to 30 to 45 seconds. All right, let's do some bent over rows here. All right, there's my trusty sidekick. Bent over, straight back, butt sticking out, legs slightly bent, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. We got 2 more exercises, and I'm getting my rest in here as I'm transitioning. 4th exercise, we're gonna hit our triceps. So, can't use a lot of weight on this exercise because skull crushers are tough to do with good form, and you really got to focus on form. Keep those elbows, as still as possible, all right? And really focus on squeezing the muscle at the top of the movement. So here we go. Let's do some skull crushers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. All right, now the nice thing about the 5th and final exercise is I'm going to use the same weight on that as I did on those skull crushers. I don't have to change the weight. And what's the last muscle group in our upper body we haven't hit? Shoulders. So this is my favorite shoulder exercise, partially because I think like it gets all the muscles in your shoulder, but you don't have to lift your hands high over your head, which means you guys with bad shoulders, a lot of you guys can still do this motion. All right, so here we go. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, here we go. Put these back down here. Now, you guys owe me 2 more circuits. See, that was just 1 circuit. And you don't need a long rest. Just, 45 seconds or so, and then go back to the first exercise, which was our chest press, right? So that circuit that you just watched probably took me 5.5 minutes. And which means, 3 of those, 15, 16 and a half, 17 minutes, all right? And if you guys don't need to rest long, don't. Keep your rest as short as you can, but I don't want you to feel so out of breath that you can't put enough effort into every single exercise. I mean, because this is a muscle building workout. This is not a high intensity interval training type of a workout. This is not a HIIT workout, all right? So guys, 5 exercises, your entire upper body. I can already feel a pump just doing 1 circuit, all right? Shoulders, triceps, biceps, chest, back, everything's kind of starting to fill with blood. If I did this circuit 2 more times, I would feel incredible. And then finally, guys, remember, you got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.